Hello and welcome to another YouTube video here on my channel. My name is Ethan, also known as Lord Tupperware. This is another Hour of Devastation Amonkhet draft. About, what are we, 7 weeks deep on the format here. So again, seems to be that green is pretty dry these days and people are trying to draft those multicolor nonsense decks so they don't come together too often. This pack is pretty weak overall. I think Hour of Revelation, Accursed Horde are the cards that sort of stick out to me. I also think Appeal to Authority is very good if you can get the green-white aggro deck, but I'm not sure about taking it first, though it does put us in a pretty specific archetype, much like Accursed Horde does. The other option here is Hour of Revelation. The last card is a land, in case you're wondering. Other option is Hour of Revelation, which I think is probably the most powerful card, but white generally wants to be aggressive, and so it's kind of awkward to grab that card first here. Not really sure what the pick is, but I'm just going to start off with the Hour of Revelation. I think having the Wrath early can sort of lead to an interesting direction. Well, I don't know who in their right mind would take anything over Champion of Wits, but the rare is here. This is the foil. There are three uncommons left as well. So someone took Ambuscade, or maybe someone took Oasis Ritualist first. That would be my guess. But we'll just take Champion of Wits. If Champion of Wits were not here, I think I would grab Aven of Enduring Hope and be pretty happy about that. I think that's a fine follow-up with Hour of Revelation. But we'll just take Champion of Wits, maybe wheel one of these blue cards. Currently on Unquenchable Thirst is the best blue common, behind that Spellweaver Eternal, behind that Unsummon, but one of them could come back depending how blue is open. Well, just grab another Desert's Hold here, and nice follow-up with Hour. Also think Eternalizers and Embalmers are nice, so if there's a home for Hour of Revelation, it's going to be blue-white. Yeah, again, if Desert's Hold weren't here, I would probably grab, I don't know, maybe Proven Combatant, maybe Survivor's Encampment, maybe Lethal Sting, but don't have to make that choice right here. I think I would probably end up just grabbing the Encampment and be pretty sad about it, but here we just get to grab the Desert's Hold. Okay, this is very interesting follow-up. There's an Unraveling Mummy and an Accursed Horde, which are both fantastic cards for a white-black zombies deck. Vile Manifestation I like a lot, and I've talked about a lot on the podcast and on my stream. I think it's a signal for blue-black cycling, or just for blue-black in general. Not necessarily that people are valuing it high enough that it is a signal for black, but that it is a signal that they don't want it in that deck. Otherwise, what are we taking here? Riverwinder or Unsummon feel like the blue and white picks feel kind of weak to me here. So I think I'm just going to take Unraveling Mummy. Could see splashing it. I like the Mummy better than the Accursed Horde. And if we're going to take a black card here, it feels like we should take Mummy, not Manifestation. Though, actually, I'm going to go a little rogue here. I'm going to take Vile Man. Here's my thinking, is that we got past Champion of Wits, which I think we can assume means blue is open, at least from the person to our right. We first picked Hour, which is a heavy, heavy white commitment, and though we did see Desert's Hold third, which is kind of a signal, don't really want to read too much into your first few picks. And this feels like a signal that blue and black might be open, so I want to grab it here. And we could end up being like blue-black, splash white for Desert, and leave this Hour out. I'm going to grab blue Desert here over black Desert, but it's sort of really a toss-up. It's the two Deserts are the picks here. And I think I'd rather be able to play Champion of Wits over Vile Manifestation, so I'll take the blue card. And now just take the black Desert. There is a Mummy Paramount, so if we had taken the white-black zombie, I'd probably be tempted to take that here. I'm actually going to go close the window. I started this video, and I'm hearing a lot of outside noises, so I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. Alright, we're back. Gonna grab the Desert here. Okay, another couple of Deserts. It's also a Proven Combatant and a Strategic Planning and a Traveler's Amulet. I could also just take White Desert, because it's going to let us play Desert's Hold. Haven't seen a lot of black pan out since we took Vile Man, so I think I will just take the white desert here and keep some options open, / keep our desert count high. Yeah, I mean, that's an Aven of Enduring Hope, but that's also a Striped Riverwinder and a Wretched Camel. This is a tough choice, I think. Feels like maybe I'm trying to deny white from, like, I'm trying to not be white. But I just really haven't felt like I've seen a lot of good white cards. And we've got 3 deserts, so I'm going to grab the Wretched Camel. All right, another Camel, but also a Proven Combatant and a Sandblast. So at least Esper is correct for our seat, some sort of combination of these colors. Whether it's going to be black, blue, black, white. Certainly seems like black, with me taking the 2 Wretched Camels last, but I definitely could have gone Aven of Enduring Hope into Sandblast. But I think this card is quite good. Interesting that I thought the Champion of Wits was a signal, but didn't see any other sort of exciting blue cards. And no Thirsts, no... what's it called? None of the good uncommons, the Sphinx or the Vizier. But 1 Vizier in the next pack would be pretty decent with Champion of Wits and other cards to come. Alright, there's a Scavenger Grounds, which is fine sometimes. That's just random main deck desert or graveyard hate. Dagger of the Worthy is not terrible with Wretched Camels. I think I like that better than Carrion Screecher. I'll grab it here. And see a Dutiful Servants, okay. Could end up playing that, though it does feel like we passed. So the Appeal to Authority didn't come around, right? And we can pretty much assume that the person to our right is in green. I would assume they took an Ambuscade or an Oasis Ritualist first over the Champion of Wits. The other cards that we passed, I think did we pass 2 Unraveling Mummies? I don't remember. Yeah, an interesting start to a draft. I think there were a lot of different directions we could have gone in these color pairs. I'll definitely grab a Steadfast Sentinel here. I do think that Internalizers are good with Hour. Also, Eternalizers and Embalmers are good with Champion of Wits. When it comes into play, you can discard them for some additional value. Someone disconnected? These picks are taking a little bit of time. All right, no, everyone's here. So, I'm thinking about those picks before and looking at this and wondering if, man, would I just rather this be an Aven and a Sandblast? And right now I'm thinking yes. Hour is a very powerful card in some situations and matchups, and is definitely more at home in white-blue than it is in white-black. But we'll see. Maybe some people snapped up those Proven Combatants, and someone to our left is in blue. This can certainly make the main deck, and it's pretty nice with a dagger on it. Refuse to cooperate last, seems good, and an island. Okay, so again, some combination of white, black, blue, maybe just splashing Champion of Wits, though you don't really get the full value because the double blue is tough, but we'll still probably try and make that work if we can. Tough to also splash a card when you got an Hour of Revelation. Well, I'm pretty sure Samut the Tested is worth Bupkis. So I'm still looking at these Esper cards with Unraveling Mummy, Spellweaver Eternal, and Traveler's Amulet, and I think we just have to grab the Mummy here. We've already got a couple zombies, an Eternalizer that's half a zombie. It is looking like we want to be white-black. Maybe we just take this Champion of Wits for the money here. Let's go ahead and check if Samut is worth anything. No. Not worth a dang thing. 80 cents. Let's ship that along. Alright. Mummy, come on in. And now we see a Mummy Paramount and a Shafet Dunes. I think I like the Dunes here, especially with... though Leave to Chance with Hour of Revelation is nice. I like Shafet Dunes. I could also see taking Encampment if we're trying to splash the second half of Champion of Wits. But the Dunes is just a nice thing to get to do with your lands late in the game. I'm looking at that Mummy Paramount, though. We have 3 deserts. This isn't even that good, is it? Maybe it's just not even that good. It's a spell for a land for sure, but Mummy Paramount might just be better with the camels and the Unraveling Mummy. And then maybe we wheel Leaf to Chance if we're so lucky. I'm going to take the Paramount here. All right, so now we have a Black Desert, we've got an Oketra's Avenger, and we've got a Vizier. It is looking like we're more of an aggressive build of some white-black deck. Vile Man may not make sense here. But I do like Avenger better than Vizier. We could also be like, still could be white-blue and splash the Mummy or something. But I don't like taking Thirst here. I think I like taking Avenger. We know we're going to be white. That we know for sure. Another Leaf to Chance. One of them might come around. Alright. I like Solitary Camel. I like Spellweaver Eternal better than Camel, but again, not really sure where we're going to end up. And we did take Mummy first. But I do think the incidental life gain off the Camel is better than taking like Kenra Eternal here. So I'm going to grab the Camel and stick with taking some white cards, and we'll figure out the rest later. Again, we do have these as options to play. Dagger's looking better and better, honestly. Yeah, and this Vile Manifestation, you might be thinking, well, you don't have any cards that cycle. But remember that it does count off the deserts. It's a pretty low impact card main deck. But certainly do wish we had grabbed it. I could have had it as a second Unraveling Mummy, and that might have been better. Ooh, a Sunscourge Champion is fantastic pickup here. Certainly will grab it over Razaketh's Right, which would probably be my pick after it, though I might just take a Sandblast. But with a powerful card like Hour of Revelation, and maybe with some splashing like Champion of Wits, to be able to find the champion or find a blue source is pretty relevant, but Sunscourge Champion just too good. Too good here. And now I'll grab another Black Desert over a Carrion Screecher and an Oketra's Last Mercy. Desert's nice with our Wretched Camel, nice little bonus for Desert's Hold, good to cycle, makes Vile Manifestation more playable. So yeah, might just be solidly white-black here. Removal spell. Oh, yeah. Haven of Enduring Hope for sure. Over Solitary Camel number 2. Over Saving Grace number 1. This is a card that I've not been impressed with. I haven't like really blown anyone out by it. I haven't really been blown out by it. It's not. I think it's just fine. It's not a card that I think is worth warping your deck or draft around for sure. Well, I think I will take Doomfall over Carrion Screecher. I'm really just not very excited about this card at all, and I think Doomfall out of the board could be fine. Nice thing about a deck like this is it can come out of the gate fast, but also has some late game. Like, we've got a ton of incidental life gain with Aven, with Champion, with Camel, with Mummy. We're going to be looking to get some kind of card advantage in the last pack. Wander in Death, Gravedigger, Oracle's Vault, those kinds of things. And we do have a little bit of card advantage with the Eternalizers, with Wretched Camel can be a 2-for-1. Dagger of the Worthies and Mummy and Eternalizers are nice as mana sinks, but want to be thinking about ways that you can take advantage of having incidental life gain is that you're going to want the game to go a little longer, so it's a little awkward when you're looking at your aggressive 2-drops. Deck might be a bit at war with itself. I still think Hour of Revelation is okay with the couple Eternalizers that we have. And I'm not so sold on not running Champion of Wits, but it does seem like blue got kind of cut from both sides. Like, could have grabbed some blue in pack 1 with the Proven Combatants. Here, I'll just grab a Kenra Eternal. It's unexciting, but it is a zombie for the Paramount, for the Mummy, for any zombie payoffs we may get in the last pack. Which we should. I mean, we saw an Unraveling Mummy 3rd, I believe it was, in pack 1, so Might see some more zombie-centric cards in the last pack, where zombies is the strongest archetype. But we also passed 2 Accursed Hordes. Wow, late Black Desert is great. And remember, we could just play one of these cards if we're worried about playables, but having 4 cycling deserts is really nice. Makes Vile Manifestation basically playable on its own. Right, none of our other cards cycle but the deserts, and that probably makes Vile Manifestation just fine. At worst, it might be a Dune Beetle. I guess at worst, it's a 2-mana draw card, but can scale with the game, and we may get some cyclers in the last pack as well. Wander in Death is a cycler that I'll be looking to pick up. Definitely want Razaketh's Right over Lurching Rock Beast here. Again, this will probably get cycled most of the time, but a second copy of a Wrath, second copy of a Zombie Lord, or some life gain or whatever. Not too shabby pickup there. I actually think this is a... Oh boy. Lord of the Accursed versus Approach of the Second Sun. This is the 3rd approach I've opened today. I built a 4-color jank deck with on stream and won with it many times. I drafted a red-white aggro deck and passed it, and I think I'm going to pass it again here in this aggro deck that really just wants Lord of the Accursed. We're probably not going to wheel anything, maybe Jeru's Resolve if we're so lucky, but the Lord is just too good here. We've got a lot of zombies, 4 zombie 2-drops, 2 Eternalizers or half zombies, and this other zombie Lord, so that feels like the right pickup there. And then we're immediately given this pack, which is kind of garbage. I honestly don't hate Ronus's Monument in an aggro deck, even an aggro deck that isn't green. It could sort of replace Dagger of the Worthy in a way. I think the other option for us is just Miasmic Mummy, which probably seems like a fine pick. It's not great as a second pick, but being able to discard one of our Eternalizers is just fine, pitching excess lands. And with Unraveling Mummy and Lord and Mummy Paramount, I think things that say zombie just gotta go up in value for us. So I'll grab the Miasmic Mummy here. Quick scan of this pack. Unexciting zombie again here with Those Who Serve, but I do think that is a better pickup than Miasmic Mummy number 2. I think in multiples they get kind of awkward, and Doom Dissenters, fine, but we don't really have a way to turn it into a 2-2 reliably, so like no lethal stings or whatever. So I'll just grab Those Who Serve. Okay, another Lord is amazing, and I would actually love a Prepare here, but we're fine on life gain, and we won't be able to cast Fight really very consistently. We may wield this Innoketra's Name, which would be a nice pickup as well, but Double Lord seems Dece to Dece plus, and I'll take a Path to Exile. I think we're certainly at the point where we can run Time to Reflect main. We have mostly zombies, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zombies, plus a couple half zombies. Yeah, I think Time to Reflect is just fine. We might be able to wheel Those Who Serve. Cropmate I like. I like Winged Shepherd because it has cycling. I like Forsake as a main deck answer, but especially Cropmate with a couple camels, with a couple other aggressive 2-drops. I think this is a really good 3 for us to have. Love a Binding Mummy or Wayward Servant. Only a couple more picks left of fresh packs. This pack has been very good to us. Grabbing 2 Lords and a Time to Reflect is really nice. Could consider not main decking these 2 cards as they're a little clunky. See how the picks shake out for us. Like Dutiful Servants is actually looking like a fine card to run at this point. Yeah, I'm just gonna go grab another zombie here, considering all the things we have that want us to have zombies. So Forsake as an option. You know what? No, I want to make our sideboard better. This is a little replaceable. This is a little replaceable, and this is not. And we don't have an effect like this out of the sideboard. It's a tough pick, but we're going to face artifacts and enchantments that we're going to want to destroy. And I think those who serve, like we just brought in a Dutiful Servants. We could place Grounder of Souls if we want to. Nice. Binding Mummy is perfection right here. Really very good. Wow, that last pack, we did get the hookup. Feels like we read our seat pretty well. I would definitely much rather this Vile Man be an Unraveling Mummy, but other than that, I don't really have regrets about how we navigated this draft. Certainly happy with the Wretched Camels at this point. We did wheel Jarrow's Resolve, which I think I will play, and then I might cut these 2 cards. Could still main deck an Hour. Wonder what we might want to do mana-wise as well, because our curve is so low, but we have a lot of tapped lands and a lot of cycling deserts that we're going to want to pitch. And if we go lower on count, that means we're going to want to be playing these lands, which means we probably want to cut Vile Man. So these last couple picks and seeing what wheels are going to be interesting to see what we end up running here. We do have the Unraveling Mummy and the 2 Lords and the Dagger all as mana sinks. Another Jarrow's Resolve and a Mighty Leap. Don't have a ton of exerters, right? Just Catcher's Avenger and Devoted Cropmate. I think I like Mighty Leap a little better than Resolve number 2. Honor Crop Captain, Faith, and Shadow. All cards I'm not excited about. Take a rare, I guess. I still don't think Faith of the Devoted is very good. So I did get owned by a double Faith of the Devoted, double Torment of Scarabs deck. I was quite salty about that, as you can imagine. I think Hour is still good. So maybe I just want to run like a Forsake main. Alright, so we didn't get another Mummy last. Like I like having this as a cycler as well for Vile. I think this main deck is just fine with Unquenchable Thirsts and Sunset Pyramids floating around. Ooh, excuse me for the yawn. But that looks like an okay 23 to me. We could also play Razaket's Right and call it 24. Ooh, Painful Lesson I actually like a lot. I actually like Painful Lesson a lot and might go like that and run 24. This provides just a little bit of card advantage that the deck is lacking. I think the amount of the low curve, I think we can afford 16 lands even though we have 4 cycling deserts. And this feeling a bit of, oh my god, we got a Those Who Serve last. Well, we can certainly upgrade the Dutiful Servants to a Those Who Serve. Yeah, I think we can run it like that. And we'll bring in these deserts. Probably looking at an 8-8 split. No, we're not. We're looking at a 9-7 split. All right. 9-7. Okay, I think that's going to be the deck. And I'll see everybody for round number 1.